So another venture into the woodland, and why not taking advantage of these wonderful colours until they all get blown away into next year. No visit to the Lake District for me again. It's been what, approaching a month now due to work commitments, home improvements. But woodland for me it's a good genre to fall back on. It just offers so much opportunity. Yes, it's not easy, you've got to work, but something about woodland which I do love. So again, with no fog, which is usually the magical ingredient for a decent woodland moody image, it seems to escape me, to be honest. It's not my friend, is fog. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to approach the photography session and video using a large aperture. I've got the RF 35 lens on at the moment. I'm going to film and do some photography using a large aperture. At the moment the aperture is set at 1.8. I've got a variable ND filter on, which is just bringing the exposure down, but you can see the wonderful bokeh that's going on. I just think it just adds that magical quality to your images. So I'm going to wander around, see what I can find. Hopefully I'll come back with something decent, handheld as well.
Making use of the capabilities of a lens, in this case a large aperture, can bring interesting results when the conditions are not exactly how you want them. Bokeh is a wonderful thing, and we shouldn't be shy of using it to deliver something different. Front to back sharpness is often a trap we fall into, but working with a shallow depth of field introduces another element of magic.
So you can just see there behind me, the sun has come out, it's illuminating the side of the beech tree there. I'm going to work with that because I think it can create some nice contrast in your photography. Just isolate the patches of light.
Looking for subjects to shoot that incorporated a good use of bokeh wasn't making things any easier. Woodland photography is frustrating, but that's because we feel the need to follow the usual guidelines of ensuring there is separation, isolating subjects, and making use of the natural borders. My photography became instinctive rather than calculative, but the frustration still bit me, throwing me into the thought process that I needed some form of order.
So the light is getting too harsh. I find it difficult to play with it, so I'm going to head down and hopefully do some work in the shade. I can understand why woodland photography can get so frustrating. I've ventured down to the bottom of the woods and it's hard to pinpoint exactly what I'm looking for. Just something that stands out. I've been looking at getting up close with the contrasting leaves, the bright yellows, which then throws the background out of focus. and I'm looking for isolated saplings low to the ground again to get that effect, create some nice bokeh. But it's frustrating, that is frustrating indeed. So I'm coming to the end of this session, and I'll be truthful here. I'm not really pleased with what I've got. I set out with a brief of keeping to high aperture, shallow depth of field photography. And because I've kept that brief, I've limited myself. I'll come out with a few shots and I'll show those in a minute, but truth be told, no, pretty disappointed, to be honest. The light hasn't helped. I know I've said before, I try to keep out the shade, but I've said before, work with the contrast, take advantage of it, but it's pretty hard, isn't it, to be fair. Compositions in a place like this are really hard to get as well. And I just need more time. Can't just go into a woodland this time of year and just expect to walk out within, what, half an hour with a really good image. Unless you've seen that image before and you're just coming back to revisit it. So, a bit disappointed. I'm missing the Lake District. I am. As I said before, I'm quite busy at home with some home improvements. Work as well, and Boris has just announced that we're in a second lockdown as well. We'll just see how that goes, because as far as I read it, recreational outdoors is still allowed. So hopefully I'll be getting up to the Lake District. Regards to completing the Wainwrights this year, that's not going to happen, so I'm aiming to do that by, well, I'm not going to set myself a target, to be honest. Let's say by next year. We've got around, what, 24 to go. So, good news, however. Good news for the telephoto fans, slippy as well, is that I finally ordered a EF adapter. So that should be coming any time now, because I am missing my 70-200. I know I've been going on about it, but finally I've made the order. I do fancy the RF 100-400 lens, however. Anyway, that's next year. Right, without further ado, there's no point carrying on. My heart's not in it, to be honest. I just need to get home and recoup. Anyway, look after yourself, keep safe, keep smiling. Bye bye for now.